Welcome back to Potpourri. We are still moving through our creation in early days. In August 2nd, 2020, Maffs' creation. Please go ahead and click that like and notification bell for subscribing. See more videos like this. We will go through Maffs' first day. Unfortunately, we had to do it as picture slideshow because we lost about 1.5 years worth of video streams. So for all the characters that we're going to be introducing up to the future and RedWhit's early days, I'm not sure if that can be recovered, but at least in the early days we took billions and billions and billions of pictures, so that was kind of our saving grace in this aspect. So Maffs has just landed on the island and talking to Tom Nook. He's getting his tent. So he's got to figure out where he wants to put his tent. Again, this is August 2nd, 2020, so 2 years ago from current real time. Getting his little Nook phone, turning it on. So he actually got quite a lot accomplished on his first day. So once we get through our little introduction here, we'll get into his gameplay and all the people he met and talked to and all of his accomplishments. Let's kick it off with just a little bit of music to go along with our pictures and our commentary here. Our favorite hourly music is the 8 a.m. music for the New Horizons. So we'll get that going here as well while we're going through. First person he met on the island was Mary Kitty. She's still on our island today. And then of course Tams. Making all his introductions to all the villagers we had back then. Winnie. We so miss Winnie. We lost Winnie before we even knew about getting villager pictures and stuff, so she's a picture that we still need to get. If we run across her again, we'll get her on one of our islands. Whether it's Potpourri again or whether it's Sleuth's Island of Clue. He's learning how to craft now, so he's going to craft his fishing rod. We do have another island ready for Maffs to move to create. He's going to create an island of his own and be resident representative, but we'll get through all his introductions and stuff from this island and everything he's gotten accomplished. He's come quite a long way since August 2nd, 2020. Catching all the bugs. Horse mackerel is a fish. Red snappers. Pretty dapper. River fish. More beetles. More bugs. That actually counts as a bug. The hermit crabs don't count as the sea creatures or as fish. They actually count as bugs. So Elise is one that we never want to see again. She is one that got auto-filled into a plot because we didn't know that we couldn't hunt for 2 villagers in the same day. So we had built an extra plot thinking that we could go and get another one, but it was filled by Elise when we came back from getting our first one. Much to our chagrin. So he technically started on, I think it was late on August 2nd. I think it was after midnight. But of course the Animal Crossing day starts at 5 a.m. so that's why his first day technically, quote unquote, was at nighttime, but then transitioned into daytime. So every Sunday in August is fireworks. So he's talked to Red there for that raffle. Introduction to Timmy and Tommy on the shops, getting turnips. We don't accept turnips on Sundays. So this is still the early days of Potpourri. So they still have the old wooden shop that hasn't been upgraded. We haven't got our first upgrade yet for the shop. So that happens just a couple of days after Maffs' first day. And I remember it so well because it was on, I think it was August 5th or August 6th that we decided to travel back to March or April so that we could catch some of the March and April bugs. And that shop had the scrims and stuff up, like the tarp and the construction site up. So it hadn't opened when we traveled back because we had just gotten it on the on the August time frame. He's meeting Boots. Caught that agrirus butterfly. I remember he had to run all over creation chasing that thing, because those are of all the butterflies, that one is fast like a dragonfly. So it's more hard. He doesn't have storage yet, so he had to put all his stuff out on the ground, posing with all his collections. Very proud of himself. And he did buy some turnips, which you can see on the ground there. He's going swimming, catching some sea creatures. Gotta start making some bells to start paying off some of his fees and stuff. Well, I think first he's gonna pay off his moving fees with the miles, but he does that pretty quick because of how active he is, like right from the get-go. Catching all the creatures. I think he caught like everything he could catch like in the first day. Everything he could catch. Of the bugs, of the sea creatures, and of the fish. All the things that were available to catch during that time frame in August, I think he caught like all in his first day. Well, except for like the super rare stuff, like the golden stag and like the golden trout, because those you have to catch a lot of stuff. Getting his first sea scallop and talking with Pascal. I remember it like it was yesterday. Can't believe it's been 2 years. Swimming along, getting some more sea creatures, getting some DIY recipes. Swim, swim, swim. Whoa, this is a pearl! Could today get any more perfect? Meeting Teddy. Stellar biceps. It's actually true, Maffs does have big biceps. He's very strong. He's got a punching bag in his house. Customization, learning customization. Paying off his miles, and then he's going to upgrade his house, or upgrade the tent to a house, rather. All in his first day. and the different colors of his layout. And now he gets the Nook mileage and the plus miles, so he can start earning even more miles from his daily goals. Catching more fish and more bugs and more fish and more bugs. Oh, his fishing rod broke. So he decides to catch some bugs. He made a new fishing rod. Catch some more bugs. Go fishing. Catch some more bugs. Oh, more fishing. Meeting the Able sisters, Mabel and Sable. Buying some new clothes so he can get out of his moving clothes. Getting an idea for fishing bait. That's another first. So we took pictures in the early days of all of our characters' firsts. So like every single new bug they'd catch, we'd take a screenshot, every single new fish. So lucky for us, we can capture all of their firsts through pictures, even though we've lost the streams. So all of their first accomplishments, like the first time he redeems his Nook Miles for something, first times he buys the recipes, like all of this stuff, we were just screenshot happy and just click, 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 like the paparazzi. So it was good in that respect that I can use all those to make a video kind of putting together. It'd probably be shorter by using all these pictures than the streams would, showing all their accomplishments, because it'd probably be like many streams videos instead of just a half-hour slideshow of all of his firsts. So I see a summer shell behind him. I hope he picked that up because summer shells are pretty rare. Buying some more stuff for his Nook phone. Stronger tools now! This is gonna be a game changer. Red's still not open yet. Suckerfish, clownfish, surgeonfish. It's funny, he caught the clownfish and then right after he caught the surgeonfish. So he caught Nemo and then Dory. Watering some flowers, catching a shark. Another shark. Evening cicadas. His first money tree. Digging that up. Gonna plant 10,000 so he can get 30,000 back. Start really racking in some money. Catfish. Mosquito. Tiger beetle. Oh, we got bit by a mosquito. Sitting by his first money tree. This was before we knew that we could dig them up as soon as we plant them to move them somewhere else. So back in those early days, we just left them where we planted them without realizing that we could actually move them. So getting his Nook Miles ticket. Gonna look at some cards, sending a letter, pearl oysters, doing some more scuba diving or sea creature hunting. More swimming in the evening time, mantis shrimps, ocean sunfish. It's nighttime, August 2nd. Yeah, that's what it was. It was after midnight on August 1st into August 2nd. So technically it was August 2nd, but the Animal Crossing day doesn't start until 5 a.m. So his start date was technically in the Animal Crossing day, it would be August 1st because it hadn't turned to their August 2nd yet. So our first fireworks. So he got little star boppers. He's gonna do some Red's raffle stuff and get some prizes, since he's got some bells to spend now. Blue sparkler was the first thing. He's gonna get some more prizes. Now, since it is summertime, it is scorpion season, so he hasn't run across any yet. But he's just having fun with the fireworks and with Red's raffle. No, that's a 6. You won a pinwheel. Number 9. So I think we just cycled through to get at least one of every kind of present, or one of every type of prize rather, and then we stopped. Bubble blower, pink balloon, playing with his sparkler. Fireworks in the background. And it's all gone. So he lights another one, because now he's got a blue one. Yay! So much fun! And the only thing that makes me sad about losing my streams is that the music that they play during the fireworks shows on Sunday nights is so neat. I love it so much. It's so catchy. Blew some bubbles. Watching some of the fireworks. With his little star boppers. He's so cute. Such a productive first day already. With all that he caught and fished and dove for today, the fireworks are a nice celebration. It's like they're recognizing his accomplishments. I see a stag beetle on that tree across the river there. So he's going to light a little ground firework, a little fountain, sparkle fountain. He's standing awfully close to it. So he's going to be a responsible fire safety and put it in the trash, properly disposing of it. This was before we realized that we could sell them at Nook's Cranny and get some bells for them. So, watching some more fireworks. He's got his little party horn. I think this is the tweeter. Got some more bubbles. Bubbles! I think there's only 10 bubble things in the container, in the bubble container. So I think he used them all up there after he finishes these bubbles. Almost. It's so cute. Whew. Bubbles are all gone. Watching some more fireworks. So pretty. Lighting another sparkler. I like how happy they look when they have the sparklers in their hands. Just like pure joy. Big grin across the face. I love those willow tree fireworks that are like trying to get a good vantage point where our view isn't blocked by like buildings or anything like that, but we still kind of want to be in the city or in the square. But the building is blocking a lot of the view of some of the fireworks, so we're just getting all the different kinds of views wherever we can go and see all the different kinds of fireworks, because this is before we made any custom design fireworks. In fact, neither of us had even made a custom design. Actually, wait, I take that back. I think RedWhit might have made the orange, pear, apple, and cherry little icons to put below the fruit trees for the orchard, like on the ground. I think she had made those, but Maffs hadn't made any yet. But we wouldn't want fireworks of any fruit, so we didn't order any custom fireworks. So this is just on the other side of the hill from Maffs' house, or tent, that's soon to be a house. This is on the northeast corner of the island, the lighthouse. We're soon to make this northeast corner our Seattle kind of area with the fisherman's market, like Pike Place and the lighthouse there. But that's a kind of a sneak preview. You heard it here first of what you're going to be seeing coming up on these throwback videos of our island's early development and creation. He's still got his little balloon. Talking to Diana some more. Talking to Boots. Just talking to everybody about the fireworks. Fireworks are so amazing. Yay! Yeah, O'Hare wasn't even going out to watch the fireworks. He was just stuck inside. Seeing some more fireworks. Tammy keeps going back and forth across the bridge. Sometimes she's on the north bank of the river, sometimes she's on the south bank. I love how she says bwahaha. Bwahaha. Seeing them on the beach. So pretty. Doing some more fishing. You can see the fireworks in the background of catching all these sharks. So coming up soon, we had an idea to put stuff in RedWhit's house since she's got storage already. We had gone into her house and realized that we couldn't put stuff down. We couldn't place stuff or drop stuff in her house, even though even though we're besties. So coming up in a little bit is gonna be when Maffs is coming out of her house after trying to put stuff away. Got a little video snippet. Seeing some more fireworks. He's holding his little pinwheel, in case you couldn't tell what's in his hand. It's his little pinwheel. I love those glimmery, shimmery fireworks too. They just do such a good job with the visual design on this game. And the sound design too. Like, it's just amazing what they've done with this game. So much to do and see and hear and experience. Limitless possibilities. 8 p.m. This was in the midst of, before we made our whole Zona 51 space and star and UFO area. At that time we just had one rocket and one telescope, so that was our sci-fi area. Then we started learning more recipes and getting star fragments from Celeste and from shooting stars and stuff. But back then we were still in our early days, enjoying all the fireworks. There's the secret beach up north. More fireworks. Just getting all the different areas of viewing, whichever one turns out to be the best. So far it's the ones up on the cliff up by Maffs' house. But it is fun being in the square, even though the fireworks are obstructed by the town square, by the resident services building. It's still fun being in the midst with all the villagers cheering and with Red being there and all that kind of stuff. So there's still 4 more hours of fireworks because it goes until midnight every Sunday in August. So at this point we had seen pretty much every single type of firework that they have, so we were just running around, mostly just doing stuff. We did catch some doubles of some bugs and some fish in between that we didn't take pictures of because we had already had them. But another glimmery one. He's still got his little pinwheel in his hand. I love how they light up the whole sky too. Like, it just gets so much brighter and then it gets dark and then bright and then dark. So neat. Watching them from the northeast rock here was a really good vantage point as well. And then from the other side of the museum here, where you can see the trees in the background, and it's just a really neat vibe. Talking to some more villagers. Sitting on the stump. That was a happy accident. I don't remember whether we had known that we could sit on stumps before this. So it was nice that we got to just plunk down and just sit back and enjoy. I love that one. Right by RedWhit's house now on the west side. And now we're on the northwest side of the for the Blue Bayou. That's the Blue Bayou restaurant in its early days before we got a bunch more pirate stuff. Caught a tilapia. It makes me happier. Back at Resident Services. Getting some more stuff from Red. Since he's got some more money because he'd sold some more stuff. Here's the video. Coming out of RedWhit's house. Here we go. You can see in her red and white lilies off to the right there, something creepy crawling around in there. Now he doesn't have his net out, he's got his fishing rod, but this was before we knew that if we didn't have our net out, they wouldn't attack us. So he just froze when he came out the door because we were still too close. We thought that if we moved, the scorpion would come and attack us. So we just let it disappear into the fence there. And then we went on our way. But it literally scared the pants off us. We were like... I think there was even some expletives uttered. It was completely unexpected. Getting some more fireworks, running around with our net. Got some new hairstyles, so we figured we'd try out a new hairstyle. Back then, Maffs had some shaggy hair, so we gave him his shaggy hair. And now the fireworks are coming to a close. We're pretty much kind of starting to wrap up Maffs' turn because RedWhit hasn't experienced any of this yet, from what I remember. I think Maffs went first, and then she went after, and then maybe I think we had him log back in and experience some more. But he got some more sparklers, and then he did some more bug catching and more fishing. Got the cicada shell. He did some sparklers with Winnie because she had her sparkler, so he lit up his, and then Celia joined in. So it was a whole camaraderie. All of our villagers, and we sure do miss Celia and Winnie. We do have Celia's photo because she was actually the first villager photo that we ever got before we were even trying, before we even knew how to try to get villager photos. We just gave her stuff every once in a while, and we always listened to her when she came running up to us, and then all of a sudden one day she was giving RedWhit her photo. I'm like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. So she's actually the first ever villager photo we got, but we never got Winnie's. So Maffs might try to get Winnie for his new island once he gets his new island. Catching a whale shark. And we're kind of wrapping up his first day, getting ready to end things and go night-night. Just going to do a little bit more swimming. And then he's going to be able to wrap it up. He got quite a lot accomplished. Already paid off his moving fees, caught just about everything he could catch, experienced fireworks, got some Red's raffle stuff, learned crafting and customization. Just a whole packed first day. So if you've enjoyed this, I hope you watch some other videos that we have on here, and we're going to be posting a lot more. Mostly slideshows about RedWhit and then Maffs, more progression with them, and then some of the other characters that we've created since then for our island as well. So come back and see some more of those, and we'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.